An investment offers $5,300 per year for 15 years, with the first payment occurring 1 year from now. If the required return is 7%, what is the value of the investment? What would the value be if the payments occurred for 40 years, for 75 years, and forever? A constant payment for a set period of time is an annuity, and let's consider the value of a $5,300 per year annuity for 15 years. We'll begin by entering 15 for n, the number of periods. I, our required return, is 7%. We will enter $5,300 as the annuity payment, and at the end of the annuity there is nothing left over, so we will enter it 0 for the future value. When we solve for the present value, we find it has a present value of $48,271.94. If we were to receive this $5,300 a year for 40 years, we would enter 40 for the number of periods, the same 7% for our interest rate, the same $5,300 for the payment, and again 0 for the future value. And when we solve for the present value, we find the investment would have a present value of $70,658.06. If we were to receive these cash flows every year for 75 years, we would enter 75 for n, the number of periods, 7% again for our interest rate, $5,300 for our payment, 0 for the future value, and once again we would solve for the present value and find the investment would have a present value of $75,240.70. Notice the present value has been increasing. What if we were to receive $5,300 a year forever? When the payment lasts forever, we solve for the present value of a perpetuity. We do this by taking the cash flow, in this case the $5,300, and dividing it by the 7% required rate of return, or interest rate, and we find a present value of $75,714.29. Alternatively, we could use our financial calculator. Let's pick a large number for n. Let's enter 10,000 for the number of periods, 7% still for our interest rate. The payment is $5,300 and the future value is 0. When we solve for the present value, we get the same value as when we used our perpetuity formula. We find a present value of $75,714.29. We get the same value as a perpetuity, which lasts forever, because the cash flows that we're receiving in years 11,000, 12,000, 15,000 years from now have essentially no value today. But notice, what happens to the present value as the number of periods in an annuity increases? The present value also increases.